Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Guitar Tech Adventures. This is Hector, and today we have, a different episode, and I wanted to speak my mind on this specific topic. As you guys know, Fender is issuing cease and desist notices to small builders or all builders because they're trademarking Strat shape. And I wanted to speak on beyond all the legalities of the design, right? The Strat was designed in 1954, and that's when the first time we saw this style. And I feel like the Stratocaster, it's always been, for me, the best shape. Is it the best shape because of the balance? You can name it. You know, they're trying to say that it's a piece of art, the Leo Fender design, and it kind of goes into the curves of a woman or anything like that. But the acoustic guitars, it's always been known that it's the shape of a woman. That's what's most commonly said about the shapes of the guitars, right? And we've seen Gibson be very crazy and very protective of, the Explorer, the Les Paul shapes and all that kind of stuff. My personal experience with Stratocaster starts when I first started learning how to play guitar, because it was the first guitar I had. It was a black and white Stratocaster shape made by Epiphone. This is all in South America, which is weird, Epiphone and Stratocaster. Originally, I wanted a Les Paul. And the Les Paul was an Epiphone Les Paul, but it was way more expensive than I could afford at the time. I think I was 13 or 14. And if you think about the first guitar you get, is usually what you can afford. And it's usually what your parents want to give you without having to spend too much money, because they don't know if you're going to stick with it. They don't know how serious you are. And of course, if you start younger than 14 or 13, like I did, they're going to buy you something very inexpensive, and usually that comes with the shape of the Stratocaster. And I'm making this video because it's beyond of legality, is beyond of, it just touches people's hearts. And that's why you see everybody trying to boycott Fender. Today I saw something on Instagram. There was a picture of a Stratocaster headstock, and it said, "I bought this before a big F went crazy." And a lot of people are thinking about boycotting Fender. We all know and we all see that Fender Stratocaster, I bought one. I have one Fender Stratocaster that I needed to own as part of my collection of guitars. If you guys look over there, I have one Fender Stratocaster. But beyond that, me being a guitar tech and learning how these guitars work, and I went to school to be able to build guitars, to learn how to do that. And my first guitar, I didn't want to build a Les Paul. I wanted to build a Stratocaster, but my own version of the Stratocaster, the ones that I wanted to play, the one that was a little bit different than the normal one. And Fender has been making the same Stratocaster for what? How many years is that? 72 years, I guess. Now, are you going to also try to trademark the pickguard? Or what's going to happen with some brand like a PRS? Silver Sky, for example, that it resembles and it's inspired by a Stratocaster. And if you compare both of them, they're not the same guitar necessarily, but they follow the same lines. So I don't know where this is going to go. I just wanted to talk about what the Stratocaster means to me and what's going to happen with these smaller builders, companies, or even someone like me that just wants to buy parts and make guitars, So for example, I just finished this guitar, and this was supposed to be this week's video. I just finished this guitar for my friend, and it was fully inspired on a Fender custom. The distressed look, I put Fender pickups because in my eyes, they have the best pickups for a Stratocaster or a Telecaster. But what's gonna happen with parts and how you build things, like I built this guitar for a fraction of the price that it will cost getting it directly from Fender. But for the shape, am I gonna have to pay Fender $700-800 for a regular body completely stripped? So just to give you an idea of how much I love Stratocasters, check this out. This is my first guitar build. Let me see if it's better here. This is my first guitar build. It's the same line for the headstock, just a little bit smaller, but it's the same shape of a Stratocaster. Actually, my teacher works, two of my teachers, the one that taught me how to paint this guitar and showed me how to do it, and fretwork and everything. Right now, he's a master builder at Fender. The other teacher was a Fender employee that built guitars at Fender, and he was teaching us how to build these guitars. So what's gonna happen with that type of situation? This one's a 24 fret, different scale Stratocaster. So is this part of the lawsuit, or is not the same guitar? Control are completely placed in a different spot. Has a three-way switch instead of the blade. And I made it this way because personally, the volume knob is usually on the way when I pick, and I usually pick like this. So every time I used to, oh, you can even see the stains and the scratches from me playing this guitar right there. See, that's where my pinky goes when I'm playing. That's why I moved them out of the way. So I put all the controls down here, and then it's just a switch right there. So this one is in my Stratocaster. It's fully Fender, nothing has been touched, even though I'm gonna modify it soon. This guitar, so you can see, if I'm playing, if I go like this, you see how the knob is moving? That's why I built my guitar that way. You understand where they're coming from. You understand what the deal is. But I feel like going after smaller companies because they're making, at times, better Stratocasters than the ones that are putting out. It's a little bit discouraging, and it makes you lose faith on big companies, you know? They bought G&L, which it was Leo Fender's company after they left, and then they dissolved the company and they just kept the Fender brand. You see, I just showed you 3 Stratocasters. It's a funny thing, I have another one. This one is another Stratocaster I built. If you guys want to see it here, it's a tribute Strat somewhat to Iron Maiden, one of my favorite metal bands. And I put 2 invaders, and it has coal splitters, which honestly, by the way, you see I've been playing it a little bit, but one of the switches is not working, so I had to change it. And also, haven't made the video for this. It's already filmed, I just had to edit it. So you see, I just showed you 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one I built for my friend, that's 5. So there's a lot to come in uncertainty moving forward with this whole Fender deal. A lot of people are very, very against it. I'm trying to keep my an open mind about it. If someone makes sense, if you guys have seen some of the episodes from maybe 6-7 months ago, I wanted to start my own guitar brand, and I wanted to start putting together guitars for people. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this project with my friend, and I have another one coming for a Telecaster. And I already built a Telecaster in the channel. Is that gonna stop? I don't know. It's definitely it's a little bit frustrating, but I am keeping my mind open about what's gonna happen with this. I'm not trying to boycott Fender or anything. I love their guitars, especially the Strat and the Tele. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. And also, for example, I have the eBay store, right? And they sell Stratocaster and Telecaster pickguards. Are those gonna be also trademarked? Because they only fit one model. So now you start with the body, you already did the neck or the headstock, and now they only fit in one guitar. So are you gonna trademark that? Which means that you're trademarking almost up to the pickups and the control configuration and the 5-blade switch. So I don't know. It's a little overwhelming to start thinking about that when you start thinking about builds and stuff like that. Those are my thoughts, my 2 cents on this whole huge deal that honestly I have nothing to really, how to make an impact, I say, you know, other than giving you my honest opinion on how this thing is working out. And for me, I just love guitars, and I want to build them, I want to play with them, I want to fix them, I want to mod them for a reasonable price. I don't want to be paying crazy prices for any of the fun stuff that I'm doing right now. But anyways, channel's gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep building S-type guitars and TL-type guitars. I have the video of this guitar build coming soon. Also, I'm gonna give you a preview of what's coming up too. I got this bad boy today after waiting 2 full months. Funny things, I've been watching demo videos to learn how to use this thing. So I don't know what I'm gonna do for this channel. Like, I'm not that smart. I am not that smart. That thing is tricky. It's a full-on computer for guitars and basses, I think. Anyways, it's a great toy to play around with, and hopefully that will help me with the sound on the guitar demos that I do. So with that being said, if you like this video, comment, like, share, and subscribe. Let me see what your thoughts are down in the comment section, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next guitar tech adventure. Later.